Good morning, everybody. And just like that, the cats took a cue and came bursting into the room. I was just sitting here stitching, and I saw Mary wasn't going to come on this morning, so I thought I would come on and just stitch some on this lunch tote that I'm currently working on, and just chit chat with you folks for a little bit. Um, I wanted to say that I broke down and I did order more Project Dress-A-Girl dresses, because if I make the dresses reversible, there has to be a label on both sides. So I went ahead and got 50 more labels, because that's just, if I do reversible dresses, that's 25 dresses. So now I've got plenty of labels, and I'm going to work on some other projects before I start on the Project Dress-A-Girl, because I have found a bag of projects that have been cut out for a very long time, and I'd like to get those done before I start on the dresses. I'm trying to clear out projects and stuff. This dark spot in the fabric keeps making me think there's a shadow, but that's actually on the fabric. So good morning to anybody and everybody. And I'm just following the lines of this, and I'm not trying to get an even count per inch or any of that. It's just rustic hand stitching just to hold the layers together. So that's all I'm doing. So I'm going to say so apparently over and over and over again. We might come in a little closer. Here we go. Hi, Pam. Hi, Teresa. Good morning. Actually got some boiled eggs on the go. How do you cook your boiled eggs? My mother-in-law taught me the easiest way to make boiled eggs is bring the eggs to a rolling boil, then take them off the heat, put the lid on, and walk away and just let the eggs sit there for 10 minutes if you want hard cooked eggs, or less if you want, soft cooked eggs. And it works perfectly. You have one of those egg cookers. I saw one of those in Goodwill, and I was like, oh, I don't need another appliance to plug in and have in the way. I've been craving poached eggs, so I might do that. It's hard to do poached eggs on a weekday morning, so I might do that over next weekend. Poached eggs on toast. We might do that. Scott likes poached eggs. So this is just real slow going. And Heather says she does her eggs the same way that I do. So I've got a couple eggs I boiled because I haven't had any breakfast yet. I am not hungry at all when I first get up. But if I don't fix Scott something to eat, he gets shaky. And he can't eat as much as he used to for breakfast, because it used to be like bacon, 2 eggs, grits with cheese, toast. It used to be a big breakfast. Now he can get maybe 2 slices of bacon and 1 egg with 1 slice of toast. So it's like we're eating half of what we used to. I'd love to lose another 10 pounds before I visit my nurse practitioner again, which is in 3 months. So we'll see. Your egg cooker is small. Oh, it will also poach eggs. I do the old-timey poached eggs where you just drop it in hot water and swirl it around. And I learned on YouTube how to get rid of a real watery part of the white of an egg. That way you don't get it breaking apart when you put it in the hot water. And now we do also have, or we did have, we might have got rid of it because we weren't using them, the little thing that you would set in like a small fry pan. It was like a ring that had like little cups in it. And you could do poached eggs in that, but we just never used it. So I got rid of it. I'm pretty sure I got rid of it. So yeah, these aren't, any magical even stitches or anything. It's just, it's some stitches. Uh-oh, that one I pulled out. Let's try that again. Oh, there's a Howie hair. Greg got home from work. He's looking for something to eat before he goes to sleep. You've never poached an egg? Well, they're very good on toast. Just don't overcook them to where the yolk is, solid. What makes them so good is that yolk is soft and busts out over the toast. I'm going to come up and go back down in there a couple times. There's a lot of fabric right here, is why I can only do like one up, one down at a time here. I don't know if I'll be able to do any stitches or anything. I'm just going to hide this thread in under the layers, between the layers, and then we'll cut it off. Because there wasn't enough left to get to the next part. And I know Janet Nash saves all of her little thread bits, but I've got so much embroidery floss. I know it sounds wasteful, but I just don't have a need for the little pieces myself. So just tossing it in the trash. Oh yeah, I would love to make some more of those, or bags similar with lots of embroidery on it, because I love my stitch bag. And I like the one that I made for Joyce too. I hope she's enjoying it. I'm sure she is. I crocheted some cotton bags for my dishcloth projects. But I've got a stitch project in the works where I was just stitching scraps onto a larger scrap. I think I showed that. I'm pretty sure I did. But that got set aside when I discovered all this projects I have. I mean, there's flannel nighties for little boys in that bag. There's a skirt for me in there. It's just all kinds of stuff I've cut out from years ago. So it'll be a surprise for all of us. I've been just tying a knot and hiding it in the edge of this. So I guess I'll just keep doing that. And I just roll the thread on my finger and then pull the knot to the end. Ta-da! Knot made. And then I can just go between here and hide the knot in there on the edge. It's not hiding it very well, but it's pretty good. It's all right. So I just got to go all the way down the rest of this here. But this is one of the totes. After I get all this done, then I'll put the handle this way. And I just fold this over and then stitch around to hold it down in here. I go make it like a square and then do an X in it, and it makes it very stable, so Scott doesn't have to worry about, it coming loose with his lunch. So these are very handy. You can make them bigger if you want to use them for a casserole dish, to like go to like a potluck or something. And I had thought about going over to see my sister, but the weather's looking kind of dodgy, so I'm going to stay home again today. She's just bored because she just had the knee surgery, and I'm afraid that if I went over, if her husband's at work, he's probably at work. I don't want to make her try to deal with the dogs. She wanted somebody to come and visit with her, but a little nervous about her one dog. It's not very friendly. There's a mockingbird outside trying to sound like a killdeer. It's going through a whole repertoire out there. We had one mockingbird one time that could sound just like our kitchen phone at our first house. And I'd be on the patio with Greg when he was little, and that mockingbird would go off, and I'd go running into the kitchen to get because that's where our phone was. Back in the day where you had one phone and it was on the wall. Yeah. So I ran in there, and it would be like that bird would be laughing at me. It was so awful. And I'm not trying to do anything fast. Here in the middle, it's hard to do what I like to do, put the needle in and out several times and pull it. It gets easier the closer you are to the edge. Can't wait for my next eye appointment either. My eyeballs really messed up. All right, enjoy. He fixed himself a salad. Let's see what you guys are saying. Your granddaughter, you're going to take your granddaughter to her horse lesson this afternoon. And Heather has you got to take Cody to his dog play date. Hi, Maria. Welcome. You're stitching along with me. Do y'all watch Erndale's? Dale over at Erndale's. She's I think she did something in her kitchen. I hadn't had a chance to watch it yet this morning, but she's recovering from a fall where it messed her shoulder up. But she was trying to do some stitching on a little fox in the last video of hers I watched. It's an adorable stitch, but I just hope she doesn't, overdo with that shoulder. But if you haven't watched her videos, she's another stitcher that's fun to watch. She does things with she's doing a wall hanging of a dog they used to have, and I think it was a German Shepherd or some kind of shepherd dog. And to create the dog, she just used all these different colors of denim jeans, just old jeans cut into pieces, kind of like paper piecing, but with fabric. And it is turning out so beautiful. She had done a horse before with fabrics. That mockingbird's fussing. It must have a nest nearby, and there must be some other bird or a cat getting into their nest. It is just fussing. I've got the door propped open so the cats can come in and out for a while it's still cool and not, sticky and it's all get out. Let me look at the thermometer here. We've got one of those thermometers. You put a little thing outside. It says it's currently 72 with 76% humidity, I think, or it feels like 76. So it's going to get hot. And we had a little rain yesterday. I was hoping for more so I wouldn't have to water my little garden bed. When you buy water from the city, it's not good for your garden, really. And it gets pricey when you try to water a garden. I told Scott, I said, we need somewhere where we can get a water source to water a garden, whether it's a well or rainwater catchment or something, so that we're not buying water to water the garden. Of course, You still have to pay for the electricity for the well pump to work on a well. Let's see if I can do this since I've got this cutting mat here, so I can push into it and then push back out. So it sounds like people have got, things planned. Our neighborhood pool is open again, so we can hear the kids midday. The reason we don't get a pool membership anymore is we don't want to go swimming in the heat of the day and, get sunburned and all. We like to swim in the evenings, and they close, about the time parents get off from work. They don't have evening hours at the pool. So it's just not worth it to us to spend $500 for a couple months of the pool use. It's just not worth it. They cater only to the swim team. They don't cater to families or adults. Scott said when it first opened, because he's lived in this neighborhood basically his entire life except when he was in the Navy. And back then he said they'd have adult and teen nights, adult nights. They'd have like a bar set up, and the adults would get together and have cookouts, and there was horseshoe games and all that kind of stuff. They just don't do that. They do just the swim team now. They don't do anything like they did when he was a child. Anybody over like 5'10" can't use the diving board anymore because there's not the diving pools aren't long enough because the pool was built in the 60s. So that's why we don't do pool membership anymore. We would like to go for a swim in the evening, maybe after we ate dinner, just to relax us. And there's nobody there. So we said, forget it. We'll save that money and we'll go to places that we like to go. Yep. If you pay early, it's like $400, and the closer you get to the summer, the more they make you pay. So it's like you get a discount if you pay early. It seems like if you wanted a membership that after the pool opened, you could get some bargains then, but no. And it's just not worth it to us. And I don't want a pool. I can't keep aquarium fish alive. What would make me think I could keep a pool maintained? We would have to hire somebody to come in and do pool maintenance. I suck at keeping water pH at a certain level. And then I wouldn't want it to go stagnant because we have that problem with the people that are that way, not the ones that are straight back. I have two neighbors on my backside, and they both have a pool. One is a cement pond that's got bullfrogs and mosquitoes and all kinds of nasty business that gets to stinking and everything. And the other one, they're the ones that put up the new privacy fence. They keep their pool nice and neat and clean, and they have get-togethers, and we get along great with them. When we first moved in, the lady that owns the house with the cement pond, her mother was still alive, and her mother was a really sweet older lady. And we cleared away. There used to be a ton of trees behind our garage, and we took them all out so we'd have more yard space back there and to get the power lines clear. So Scott and I did it. We took all these little trees and things down, and they got mad because we took their shade from their pool, which back then they kept the pool nice when she was alive. And she invited Greg over to go swimming, but the daughter had a fence put up and told Greg he wasn't allowed to come over there. So it was kind of a strange situation, that she's just really odd. And now she's got that nephew living there that they used to curse at when he was in the pool when he was little. I've just never seen such a, I don't know. It's a mess back there, putting it mildly. But her mother passed away and she's since retired and she never comes outside except to scream at the dogs. And we hear him out in the back. We smell him smoking weed. All right, let's see. I got across there. It looks like I'm able to get across before I run out. I could have probably carried that over and got a couple stitches, but not going to worry about it. Yeah, I would rather swim in the evening when the sun's starting to go down. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Marty. I'm only going to stay on until 8 o'clock. I just wanted to sit and chat with you guys. Scott enjoyed chatting with you guys last night. He's had a good birthday. Seriously, my vision is really messed up right now. I'm beginning to think maybe I need to call and see if my eye doctor would think it worth me coming in. So this is the end of that little skein. I've got some other blue greens. I'm not real concerned if it all matches. I'll hide my knot again in between the layers. This is a lunch tote for my husband. Let me go get the one I finished and I'll grab one of the lunch boxes that I use for him. There's no food in it. It's just an empty lunch box. So I have these divided lunch things. So it's like this. And this one's a reverse of that one. So you lift your strap up and you put your lunch in. And then you bring the corners up that have the loops and you slide the handle through the loops like so. And then he can carry his lunch. And I have cloth napkins and I put his silverware in there as well. This container's a little big, so it's spreading this apart. I could make the pig one that I'm working on is slightly bigger. And I'm going to remind myself to make my loops shorter. I thought we would try these out with the tabs on them and just see. So that's what I'm making. That's what this will be. Because when I finish all of the stitching, then I'll put the handle that goes crossways. I'll stitch it on with my sewing machine. So I made 3 of these yesterday. Well, the pig one I had partially done, but it needs some quilting on it. So this one's done, and that's why it's in the kitchen. This one I'll put in the kitchen when I get done. So I got to finish the embroidery on this one, and then I've got to do the little pig one that I showed last night. It needs just the embroidery and the handle put on. Put that back in the cabinet under here. I need to pull everything out from under there and redo it. I've been bad about not stacking the plasticware evenly, and it's starting to bother me because it's all kind of in there. So I saw this on Pinterest as a casserole tote to carry casseroles to like potlucks and stuff. And then I got to thinking that would be perfect for him to carry his lunch in. So I've developed the sizes I need to fit the containers that I have. And there was a lady at Scott's work that he saw his lunch tote, and she actually bought a couple from me, and then she retired. So I hope she's getting some good use out of them. She could use them for casserole, like I said, casserole totes. Like if we take dishes to my brother-in-laws or my sister-in-laws or my mother-in-laws, I like to put them in the totes because it makes them so much easier to carry. All right, I'm going to do this way. So that's what I'm working on. I might shift at 8 o'clock and go in the front room and watch the last 2 episodes of Eric. Thank you. This morning. I need to make a trip to, I hate going there, but I need to make a trip to the big Walmart to get a 50-pound bag of cat litter so I can swap cat litter out. Because we have 5 cats, and I have to completely switch them out every week. Because no matter how much deodorizer is in there, it just doesn't hold for 5 cats. And we have 5 litter boxes, 1 on the porch, 2 in the house, 2 in the bonus room. So everybody has an opportunity to have free choice of the cleanest potty box they can find. And I do try to keep them clean, but there are days I miss doing the scooping. I should do it every day. I should pick up a couple extra scoopers and have 1 by each. No, I don't want to do that. 1 scooper's enough. Just travel around. Let's see. Yes, in fact, we did a sew-along years back on my channel here of making the bowl cozies. We did that together. I'll have to see if I can find that video, and I'll put it in the description box. Might take me a minute. So I don't know if everybody, I know some people didn't know you could do this, so I'll just share it. If you go to somebody's channel and you're trying to find something, if you go to their channel, and when you're on their page, you'll see, their header and their videos and everything. There's a little magnifying glass in the rows of stuff along the very top above their videos. Click on that and type in what you're looking for. And a lot of times it'll come right up for you. So like if you wanted to look for bowl cozies or fabric bowls or something like that, you would just type that in and it would bring up any video that I've ever done or anybody's done on whatever topic you're looking for. Oh, I am having such a horrible time. And the writing is so small. Let me do Control+ and blow the stitching up the words up so I can see what you guys are saying. That's better. So I got this fabric at Joann's, and I got the boards, and then on the other side, because this is a lunch tote, I got this cool diner fabric. And this is in their novelty prints section. Those bowl cozies are so easy. Did you know they're just made out of squares? It's just squares. I will tell you that if you're going to make the bowl cozies, make sure you get the batting that is made to go in the microwave. You can't use just any cotton batting. It has to be the one that's 100% cotton, that's safe to go in the microwave. Not every cotton batting is 100% safe for the microwave. And I know they sell it specifically marked for microwave use. That's the one you need to do the bowl cozies. If you're using it, if you want to put your bowl of soup in the bowl cozy and put it in the microwave to heat it up. If you're not planning to put the piece of fabric in your microwave, you're just going to use it like a pot holder. You could just set your hot bowl in there, but the whole idea is to protect your hands. Just putting that out there. Now, I printed off that pattern, Teresa, to do the crocheted one. Bowl cozies could be a good Christmas gift. I guess if I'm going to make gifts this year, I should start thinking about that because I need time. And of course, I'm going to be doing the Project Dress-A-Girl dresses again. My sister bought me all that beautiful fabric. I should get her over here and teach her how to sew. I think she just wanted to participate in some way, so she got me the fabric to get me going. And the fabric that Pam sent me, when I was going through some of the fabric in the back room, someday I'll show you guys my hoard of fabric and yarn that's in the back room. I would love to have the cube system to put the stuff in so I could see it. But I also don't want a lot of light and the cats to get on the fabric. So that's why they're in tubs, and some of them are in tote bags that I cover with towels. So I need to get some more tote bags. Actually, what I need to do is use fabric so I don't need any more totes. That should be the goal. Hi, Safia. Now, when I make the pot holders, I use the product that's got the silver stuff on it. That's like a heat resistant stuff. I use that. Or if you didn't want to do that, you could do like a double layer of cotton batting in your pot holders. I don't know if you guys want to make pot holders together. That would be something we could do. It'd be a useful item. I'm thinking about doing some of the protect your table from a hot dish, hot pads. But I want to do them in Tunisian crochet. So what I would do is I would crochet 2 squares, whatever square size I want to make. And then I would just join them with either, some kind of fancy stitch or even just single crochet to hold them together. I think that's what I'm going to do for Christmas gifts this year, is make up a bunch of those and have them in a box. That's what I like to do. And whoever I see at Christmas time gets to pick something from the box. That way I don't have to worry about making individual gifts or anything for anybody. They choose what they want of something handmade. So I was thinking the hot pads, maybe pot holders. People weren't too intrigued over the towels that I made, so I'm not going to do those again. I made 2 pot holders and a hanging towel, and nobody chose those in the bin. They all went for the dishcloths and hats. Hats are always a big hit, always. So if you're making pot holders, are you a knit pot holder person, or are you a just give me a square and go? I'm of the just give me a square and go. I don't like mitts. somewhere I have uh, this hot pad that Scott's grandmother made that was made kind of like that, Teresa, but I think it's got bottle caps in it. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's no biggie. Sometimes when you do caps, it's easier for me to see. So I don't think anybody's yelling at me when they use caps. Oh, like from the Coke cans. Coke cans. That's cool. You mean like the pop tops, like we used to pull them off? That would be cool to see. I'll have to, if you share it in one of your videos, Teresa, I'd love to see it. I've been watching videos, but I have been bad and I've not been doing anything except leaving thumbs up. I haven't been leaving comments. I'm bad about that. All right, so it's 8 o'clock. And remember what I said last night about they said don't put the trash cans out before 8. It's exactly 8 o'clock and the trash cans people are out front. If I had waited till after 8 o'clock, the trash wouldn't have gone. Makes no sense to me. The guy across the street didn't want to miss the trash, so he's been just leaving his trash can at the street, which I'm surprised they haven't got on him about. They really are into not having trash cans near the street until trash day. And it's a recycling day as well, so we had to take both cans out. That'd be awesome, Teresa. Thank you. All right. May your puppy have a fun play date. Bernadette, for a blind, deaf dog that's old as the hills, I can't do play dates with her because she still wants to try to boss the most big, aggressive dogs about. All right, I'm going to come back up and down here a couple times, and then I'll hide the tail. You can hear that trash truck. He must be crunching stuff. I bet it's the yard trash truck. I bet he's squeezing it down to make more room. All right, I'm going to have to switch threads, and it's 8 o'clock. Hi, Frida. Yeah, I've just been doing random impromptu lives lately. I just have not felt like having to stick to a schedule the last few weeks, and I'm sorry about that. I need to come on when I feel like being social, or I feel like I have a few minutes, and that's why you're getting me impromptu. I'm going to switch to that blue-green. This is all embroidery floss that I picked up at the thrift store. So I'm going to let you go. I'll say good morning, and yeah, I'm making a lunch tote, Trish. And then the other side is the old-timey diner fabric. And these are part of Scott's birthday. He needed new lunch totes. The ones we have already made, they've been through the wash so many times that they're starting to get frayed on the edges, and they're looking kind of dodgy. And we've improved on the construction, and he said in the pattern it says for you to have this handle up a little bit, but he wants it to be flat to make it longer. And so when I turn the ends under here and then I stitch a square with an X on it to hold it in place, he said make it so it lays flat so I can use it as a placemat, because if the handle's up a little bit, it doesn't lay flat. I do have that product that I want to try with you guys. I might do that as a separate video. It's that paint on vinyl that you can turn any fabric into like a vinyl coating. Let me show it to you real quick before I sign off. Tippy, move along, honey. If I can find it. Hang on, give me a sec. Here it is. It's Heat and Bond liquid vinyl. It's a gel coating. It's non-toxic. So I'll do a video on this. It gives you an oilcloth effect. It's waterproof. It's stain resistant. So I was thinking of using this on some fabric and then making makeup bags with it, because then they would be where you could wipe them off. And you used beeswax. I saw this in a quilt magazine one time, and so I ordered it, and I still haven't gotten around to trying it. It's non-toxic, acid-free, phthalate-free. I guess that's how you say that, phthalate-free. Works best on smooth fabrics. Pre-wash and dry all materials without fabric softener, which I went into the other day. Please note, application of Heat and Bond liquid vinyl may slightly alter the fabric's original appearance. For best results, always pre-test before starting a project. And then it goes into how to use it. It's a product by ThermoWeb. So I love the way the what did they call it? The oilcloth looks, but I can't find oilcloth, the real oilcloth stuff anywhere around here. Joanne sells something that's a little like it, but it's not like the old-timey oilcloth. So I'll do a video on this. We'll see how it works. I will. I do know that if you're sewing something like that, that's already treated like this, or pleather. I learned this from a drag queen that used to work for me at Joann's. And he told me that what you have, if you go into the sewing store, ask for needle lube. It's actually a lubricant to put on the needle. And he said you don't have to put a ton. You just put a little bit of it on your finger and then rub it up and down the needle. And what it does is it lubricates the needle to pop through. And the whole reason he told me about this is I had made Greg a Matrix coat. You remember the movie, The Matrix? I made him a pleather coat. And I thought I was going to rip my hair completely out with that pleather, sewing pleather. Oh my God. The only thing worse than pleather to sew is gold. What's that fabric called? It just went out my head. Oh, you guys know what it was. Lame. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Lame. I made the green Power Rangers. Y'all remember the green Power Rangers? And he had that gold shield on the top. Yeah, I've sewed so many costumes and different things that I've had a chance to learn on so much stuff. And everybody talks about my abilities, and the abilities come from just trying stuff. So if you want to learn to sew, just start doing it. And the more you do it, the more you'll get better. And you'll discover that the seam ripper is actually your best friend. So anyway, I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to go watch the rest of Eric because I only have like 2 episodes and then I'll be done. And by the time I finish watching that, hopefully these will all be done and I can move on to the next thing in my project bag. But I want you guys to have a great Tuesday, and I will talk to you later. Bye.